Over the next 2 days, we are going to hear from a fascinating cross-section of folks who are here to talk about new, innovative, and creative ways to provide legal services. As we have seen in the medical profession, in the world of journalism, in finance, and in many other sectors, we must constantly embrace innovation and technology, or we face the threat of becoming obsolete. In law, we tend to follow precedent. But sometimes there's an occasion when we must break from precedent and from tradition and seek better ways. We have a choice. We can continue to operate as we have and risk losing the very people we are sworn to serve. Or we can engage in fresh thinking and fashion innovative ways to provide legal services to the public. We all know that we bank differently, we shop differently, we get our news differently, we learn differently from years past. And those who seek legal assistance expect us to deliver legal services differently. It is our duty to serve the public, and it is our duty to deliver justice, not just to some, but to all. We must open our minds to innovative approaches and to leverage technology, not to be supplanted by it. Lawyers will also always bring value systems and wisdom and judgment to the table. We're not talking about supplanting lawyers, but we must use the technology and the innovations that are available to us. We need to use smartphones and tablets and new software, the internet, and indeed artificial intelligence to help us do our jobs better in order to identify new models to deliver legal services. We know the world changes, and every time I think about this, that famous song from Carole King just pops into my head as we survey this changing legal landscape. I feel the earth move under my feet. The earth is moving under our feet, but we should not let others define what this new earth will look like. We are the leaders. It is our duty, our time right now to lead. We must not let the sky come tumbling down. We must and we will broaden opportunities, increase access to justice, and protect the public. Over the last year, as you can imagine, I've heard from a few individuals who are skeptical of any efforts that would seek to reimagine and re-energize the legal profession. Change is very difficult. It's difficult for all of us, and it's more difficult for others, for certain people, but we all have to deal with change. Not seizing this opportunity, however, to be better stewards of the public interest simply is not an option. The American Bar Association remains sincere in its desire to lead the profession as it partners with each of you, listens to your ideas, and works with you to improve the delivery of legal services. You're all legal scholars, and so you're familiar with the famous dissent of Justice Brandeis in New State Ice Company versus Liebman, when he spoke so eloquently about the states being the laboratories of economic, legal, and social reform. And so I salute today the Chief Justices, Mary Russell from Missouri, and Scott Bales from Arizona, and Mark Martin from North Carolina, and Tom Rombauer from, not the chief, he might one day deserve to be chief, but as a leader in Michigan for hosting grassroots efforts in those states, and there are others to follow, because it's at the grassroots level that we will get the best ideas that will help us develop these new models and these new platforms that will help us honor our covenant with the public. So building on those grassroots efforts and the efforts of many others in and outside the ABA, this summit is about listening and learning and engaging. The ABA convened this event with Stanford Law School, and we're grateful, Dean McGill, for your gracious hospitality to listen to your ideas about what should come. We are here to learn not just from lawyers, but from other professions, from other industries, from scientists, from academics, from innovators, and from the general public, and from clients. This summit is about getting out of our silos and cross-pollinating and coming up with new cultivars to help us do our jobs better. The best and the brightest new ideas, the game changers, will no doubt come from you, and we are ready to hear about them all. We are ready to build new models and new platforms based on new learning. That is our calling. That is our duty to those we are sworn to serve. As the earth moves under our feet, the sky will not come tumbling down, as Carole King would say, because we, working together, will reach for the sky. And by Monday, let's all reach up and snatch a piece of that blue sky.